Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Trade Tycoon Tanks. The new update that's available for the game has now allowed us to play Era 2. This is going to be Interwar era, so between World War I and World War II. You'll have increased funding, you'll have World War I tech already unlocked, and this means you don't have to go through Era 1 in order to get to Era 2, which I think is really nice. There's also a couple of essential supplies stocked, a bunch of buildings have been already built, and the UK has been elevated to Tier 3 status. And I'll show you what that means. The game is recommending that you do play through the Tier 1 if you haven't done so yet, because that's pretty much where most of the stuff is explained. And if you are unable to get all of those things understood yet, then maybe this part is going to be a little difficult. We are going to be mobile gun solutions. Alright. Now, there are quite a few changes relative to the previous iteration of the game that you might have seen on my channel. Starting off with the global map. Over here you can for example see that the British now have a reputation system. This did not used to be the case, you didn't have this extensive overview. You can see that Tier 1 gives you an eligibility for contracts in the first place. Tier 2 gives you administrators apparently from the British. This means that if there are administrators available from the British, you can hire them. But this means you can also hire them abroad if your reputation is good enough. There's also upgrade contract submissions. I think that's really nice because you can now upgrade tanks that you've already delivered. That's a feature that, as far as I know, was not there before. What they also have is 2 contracts available. So I can actually bid on 2 contracts at the same time. And you can see that they want several different types of designs. Over here with the 12th Battalion, they want a tank. A Fusillade tank requires the same as the Vanguard tanks with a focus on repairability, machine guns as main armament, and good trench crossing capabilities. So the British are still preparing for, let's say, trench warfare and the defeating of trench warfare. The game starts you off with a whole bunch of designs, such as, for example, the older heavy Mark I series, both the Mark I and the Mark I Vanguard. You can see that I have a very varied success score. This one only has a 385, but if you go to the Mark I Fusillade, we suddenly have 1516 success score, which is actually a lot more interesting to bid on, because looking at the pricing, as well as production time, these are going to take far less production time, 9,000 man hours versus 13,000. You're paying 17k, or let's say 17.7 per tank, versus 22.6. We also have the heavy Mark V series, operating with the Mark V heavy Fusillade with a success score of 2100. I think 2100 is way too much, because if you look at boosting the amount of money that you get and potentially cutting all this down, or even delaying it, you got way too much success score. I do want to see what the competitor has. They're offering the Athena Mark IV. You now have to buy Insight. If you want to see how much of a success score that tank's going to have, you're going to have to pay 80k, which I think is fine. It's about the price of 3 tanks. 230 to 278. So by the looks of it, if I do offer the Mark V Heavy Fusillade, or Fusillade, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, we're going to be getting a very, very good chance of success. As for the Vanguard, that one is definitely bad. It does not line up with what they want. As for the Whippet, not as good. If I reduce my production time, maybe I can get a decent amount of victory score, success score, but I don't think it'll be enough. We got the Land Battleship for 693, but those are 30k to build. We got the Frigate. Whoa. 2800. Okay, that's a bit much. We got the medium Hornet for 592. That thing only costs 10k to build. That might be a very good unit to sell. As for expected revenue, about 2.3 million. And that, interestingly, does not vary. I'm surprised at that. Oh, right. This is the price that they're offering. And that's just revenue, so it's not profit. This is something that you really need to be distinguishing from each other, because the one is profit, and that's not in there. The one is revenue. And something that the game does not seem to show you is just how much you're going to really make on a tank. So be careful, because the game is going to say, well, your revenue is going to be the same here. But the kind of information that I'm missing right now is how much am I standing to make from this contract? Because a contract that, for example, I would submit this tank to is going to cost me 30k money, that is, to build. This one's going to cost me 10k. So I stand to make a lot more if I'm selling the medium Sea Hornet trench tank. Or trench, was that trench crossing? So I'll just send this thing. And I'm going to put it on a slightly delayed time frame. Because this way I can get some more time for myself. Okay, so that's one. They also want another tank for 14 battalion. They have an exploitation tank requirement. Requires good speed to exploit breakthroughs, easily maintainable components, and a good machine gun armament to destroy enemy soft targets in the rear. So these are the breakthrough ones, and I think this one might do very well there too. Looking at an exploitation tank, this is going to only cost you 8k. Again, I will buy the insight, only 37. Yeah, it's going to be 271 for them. They have a pretty poor competitive tank. This one, I think, is what they want. So I'm just going to sell that to them. I'm going to increase the price up until the point where they don't really want it anymore. So let's say around 300. There. Now, this does open me up to some potential liability. Because I now, if I get accepted for both contracts, have to produce a lot of tanks. Thankfully, some of these production buildings have been upgraded. So with this, we now have 2 assembly lines. I can start working on 2 contracts at the same time. You also get a couple of buildings. You get the ergonomics office, the sub-assembly line. We have the hardening hall, and we have the riveting hall. First thing I'm going to do is upgrade this building, the ergonomics office, because this currently allows me 100 workers per line. And I want 150 per line. It's going to take me about 2.5 months, but that's fine. Because this is not something that you just focus on in, let's say, a time frame of about 2-3 months. You're focusing on this game in a lot longer time frame. The Research Bureau now also has 2 research lines. So this too has been upgraded. And I'm going to upgrade the building here so I can have 15 engineers per line. Very nice. Let's start getting research done. Tier 1, all done. All research, because we're starting out with tier 2. So I'm going to start with the miniaturized rhomboidal hull. The medium Mark 0. We're going to be getting a couple of different components to go with that. It's going to take me a lot of time at 128 days. It's unfortunate, but so be it. That's one production line. I also want the other production line going. And there you go. They're just lined up side by side. So if I have another 15 engineers working on these projects per line, that should probably speed it up by a decent margin. And maybe keep me ahead of the competitors. As for the other components, I am expecting to build the tanks, but I don't want to hire the additional workers yet. So let's not do that. I don't feel like I really need to do any new engineering, because I think the tanks that I currently have are very good. Like, the designs are extremely useful. Because we're already way out competing the competitors. So I think we'll be fine. As for admin, we start with the maintenance office. Yes, this is going to reduce the maintenance of all buildings. If I upgrade that, I can push that down even more. Is this a big expense at the moment? I wonder. Building maintenance, 190k. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty expense. So if I can spend... What? I spent 90k and I reduce it by another 8%. So 1% is 19... No, it's 1.9k. Yeah, so we're saving about 12k a month. So this thing earns itself back fairly quickly. Let's get that upgraded. Fire stations, reducing the chance of fire. Medical stations, reducing the chance of injury. Construction department, reducing the build time. We also have the bank department to make sure that you don't have as much of a bank rate. I'm not sure if this is exactly interest, but it seems to be quite nice. Construction equipment, yes. For all buildings. I don't really expect to be building a whole lot of new buildings. Lobbying office. A monthly reputation growth for all countries due to lobbying activities. Yes, let's go lobby some people. And the admin council is going to give me a reduction of building costs. And it's going to give me a reduction in bank costs. I want to build that one as well. I'm now down to 2.5 million. I don't want to spend too much before I know that I've been awarded that contract. Or rather, those contracts. The British unveiled a new military doctrine. Very good. So long as that aligns with my tanks, I'm all for it. Now, when can we expect... Ah, there we go. Contract number 1 accepted and contract number 2 are accepted. Excellent. So we need to be building a lot of tanks right about now. This means, first step, we're going to crank out a lot more workers. Because we need a lot more people working here. Admin. I can have 400 people per line. So this is going to be definitely a major expense. I want to hire a... No, I don't want to fire. I want to hire... What? Where is my hiring capability? This is engineers. I can only hire 25 additional workers? Oh, snap. That's going to be problematic. Yeah, and I have 385. I was thinking just click it and max it out to 400, but unfortunately that's not going to work. Oh boy. That means I might not be able to achieve both contracts. That's dangerous. I kind of overplayed it here. Because if I want to build 52 tanks, it's going to take me 63 days. This one was the slower one of the two. So this one doesn't need as much priority. If I want to sell them... Where was the whippet? Here. That little whippet tank. They want 52 of those. It's going to take me 51 days. I will have 385 people. So my entire staff working on this one project. If I reduce that to about half, it's going to take me twice the amount of days. I cannot do that, Dave. So we're going to be assigning these guys right now, building all of these tanks. And then let's head over to the supply depot and make sure that we actually have enough in order to build that second order as well. Because I want to have... Which one was it? Down... No, not down there. Yeah, this one. I need to be building 52 of those. Yeah, unfortunately there's not enough on the market. Can I sign the order anyway? Nope, can't. Okay, where are we ordering? We're ordering in Oceania. It's going to take me 25 days. I think that's actually fine. Look at the pricing of this stuff. 131 or 268. Does the game show me which one we're exceeding? Check, check, check. This one. Oh, they did it in light red. Okay, for you guys it might be very visible. For me, it is not. For me, it is not. Okay, we're just going to do this some other way. We're going to max out the amount of stuff that we can order. 11,600. Give me 8,800 rubber. Give me 5,800 in high carbon steel and glass. I don't think we use at all. Yeah, there's no glass going into that tank. So, 88. Oh, you overwritten it. Lovely. Fine. 11,600, 8,800, 5,800 order. That's going to take me 25 days. I can have another production line, so I can have another order coming in. And considering that I'm still going to have resources for a while, I can probably just order the next one also with a fairly decent amount of delay. So long as they're not giving me very poor pricing. Like, Africa gives you a decent price on iron. 3. Asia gives you a very high price on iron. Europe is terrible. So if I want to get more iron, I'm going to have to do that from Africa. Okay, fine. Let's get more iron. Yeah, I just want to max it out. I just want to see if I can get away with that. 10,800 and 7,800. I want to max this out. 105k, it's not terrible. Okay, so that's that done. Now let's start to building the tanks. A little later, Germany has offered another contract. They want 38 tanks to equip the 9th Battalion. It would be nice to have tanks also getting shipped to Germany, but I think I'm a little busy, so I'm going to let that contract just slip. Because I'm already working on 2 contracts, and I'm a little busy with those. Thankfully, I've already shipped 30 of the 52 tanks that the British want. So now I'm going to be working on the last couple of tanks, and sending those out as quickly as possible. Spain and France have signed a comprehensive trade agreement. Okay, that's fine. The tank corps for the British grew stronger. They want an economical mail tank. Okay. There's not a whole lot that I can do about that at the moment. Ah, there we go. The ergonomics office is fine. So this means I can now get more people to work on a line. If only I could actually hire more people. Oh, now there are 43 more people available. Yes, people, let's go. There's lots and lots of tanks to be built and lots of money to be made. Okay, delivery. We have a fresh delivery. We've already sold 30. Wait, am I... Yeah, this one needs to get delivered. We have delivered 30, and I'm missing 3? Really? Oh, I was looking at the wrong stat. I'm sorry. It's going to take another 5 days. Contract number 4. The French want 45 new tanks. A supply contract for a saturation tank. Yes, France, I am deeply sorry, but I'm unable to help you at the current time. The war has begun. Southern Denmark and Northern Denmark... Sorry, Norway and Denmark are fighting. Well, shame if they lose some tanks, because that might be a very valuable opportunity for me. So, these, we're going to send them all out. If the devs are watching this, I would still like just to have a... Yes, that, exactly. That's all that they need. We're going to submit that with a high chance of delivery. And we're going to immediately move on to the second contract, because this one contract is getting handled. And now we have 79 days to produce another 52 of the medium sea Hornet trench tanks. I have up to 450 people per line. So that should be enough. Ooh, 51 days? 51 days. I am in trouble. I cannot have enough people working on the tanks. Yeah, I overcommitted myself to this contract, that's for sure. I might take a slight hit. So be it. Because I can build them in 57 days. Maybe slightly faster. What if I want to build like half? And maybe have the second production line also working on it as much as I can when I hire more people. So I'm going to be building half and just save the other half for the second part. I really need to get more people, but there aren't any additional engineers available for hire. Crap. Sorry, workers, not engineers, workers. That's going to hurt. At least I should have quite a decent amount of money from that first contract, because I'll definitely complete that one. There you go. The contract is complete. So that's a decent amount of money, and that should keep me afloat for a while. The question is, how much money is it going to cost me? Austria-Hungary also want 24 new tanks. People, I'm a little busy. But I might have to... Yeah, I'm probably going to have to jump into one of the contracts. Okay. Application time, 7 days. Let's just apply. What do they want? They want a new rationalized design requiring exceptional reliability, good ergonomics, and easy access to components. Okay. Sounds like something for the Whippet... No. Definitely not something for the Whippet tank, because they want to have hard firepower on this. So we're going to need to send something else their way. The frigate is very, very bad. Minus 4,700. They hate this thing for the crew performance. Based on what I have, can I... I don't think I have the right... I don't have the right tank for this one. That's for sure. Well, maybe the Hornet. Maybe the Hornet. I can stand to make 721k in revenue. Yeah, buy that. 319. Oh, they're getting 276. Okay. I do want to boost my reputation with Germany a little bit. Okay. Let's apply. Maybe we can get that contract as well. The French are growing stronger. They want an interwar armored car. Germany announces another contract. Wow. In the previous iteration of the game, you were getting a contract every once in a while, and now you're just getting bombarded with contracts. Like, just do this, do that. Get this one built. That nation needs a contract. You're getting a lot of people who want an additional tank. And I am definitely going to be needing a higher tier of this building. Yeah. Based on the contracts. I have one for 65 and one for 78 days. I do have at least some additional workers available now. Let's see. We need to be building more of these. I can spend additional workers, like 48 of them. No, I want all of them. But I want you to build like, what, 5 tanks? Wow, that's inefficient. Holy shit. Okay. That's really poor. How am I going to play this one? One tank is going to take 10 days. So there does seem to be some efficiency. Because 10 tanks is not 100 days, but 97. So, yeah, you're getting some slight efficiency bonuses, but it's not anywhere near what I seek. Okay, just go work on 2 tanks. And when we have more people, we'll send them in. Go work on 1 tank. Just for the heck of it. And I really hope that I can get more people soon. We need to have more skilled labor. As for the Research Bureau, we're 58 days out. I do believe that that additional line is ready. But I'm not sure if we can actually get more people to work on a project. No. Once a project's been started, you cannot assign additional people. It's unfortunate, because that would really... Oh, you can! Correction. There we go. Takes a little bit of time off of it. So I could probably also do that with the other lines going on here. If and when there's additional people available. So we got one line finishing in 15 days and then another one in 10 days. And that means I'm going to be looking at another 50 days. Maybe I can get it done. But potentially at the expense of the contract that I have with the Germans. Which the Germans probably aren't going to be particularly enthusiastic about. Okay, that's 1. That's producing 4 more tanks. Can we toss more people into that line, or is that already maxed out? Yeah, we can toss more people into that. Okay, off you go. 5 days now. More people, more people, more people. Yeah, unfortunately not. No people available for hire. Maybe that ticks out every month. I don't really find myself caring for all of those battles. I'm a little busy. Okay, so we have at least produced some tanks. Let's start shipping those out as quickly as possible. Because they do want them. They want as many as I can get. I can give them about half. The delay is potentially fine, because they need 50 days. So I can take the slowest one. Low safety. If there's a delay, it's going to take 10 days longer. That's fine. Off you go. Alright, production line. We need more tanks. Because we've only just sent about half their way. We need 52. There's... God, how many did I send? 27. So yeah, we need another 25 tanks. Okay, let's get to it. 25 more tanks. As fast as you can build them. 25. No, not 125. 25. 26 days. Perfect. A sign. That means I still have some people left. Like 26 of them. Good luck building all those tanks with 26 people. They want the medium C. Yeah, so they also want the same tank. Fine. We'll just... Oh, you can add more people, but you cannot increase the amount of tanks? That's unfortunate. Okay, fine. We'll just assign those to line 2. And how many did I order? 38. Okay, so you guys want another 38 tanks. It's going to take me 681 days until those guys get the reinforcements. More people. The war has begun. Switzerland versus Luxembourg. How neutral do you want your war? Contract number 8. France wants additional tanks. Sorry, I'm a little busy at the moment. Contract number 9. France wants 45 more tanks. Germany, 10 more tanks. Oh, sorry, Germany contract then for 38 tanks. Luxembourg. Armored them up. Fine. Good lord, you're getting a lot of contracts. Yes. More nations with more armies. The amount of potential customers is booming. Everybody wants these things. Defenders surrendered. So the soldiers of Spain have advanced upon no man's land to a confusing sight. The enemy trench was totally empty. Supplies missing and barracks emptied. Could Portugal's officers have truly decided that this battle was not worth fighting? Or are they massing for an inevitable counterattack? For now, peace has fallen upon the fields of Alentejo. So did they just, what? Did they take that? I guess. Contract number 12 for Sweden. Oh, I am looking forward to building S-tanks. That is going to be fun. Okay. Let's go to the production hall and let's crank out as many of these things as possible. Because I now have access to additional 450 workers. There. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I have 36 days till the contract ends. I have 38 days until my production line finishes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Maybe I can toss like a few more people into the production... Well, not people into production line, but like tanks. Yeah, fine. Admin. Yes, there's 45 more people available for hire. Yes, yes, yes. No, not research. Production. Get in there. This should help them out a little bit. There. 66 days. Like, it's not quite there, but if I can get another round of additional units produced, I'll take whatever I can get. Take whatever I can get. Let's ship off the rest of the tanks to the Brits. Or I could ship half to the Germans, but... yeah. So they need another 25. We have 26 in stock. Excellent. They have a 23 time... 23 days, so that's fine. I can, again, ship them with low. If it's taking 17 days, it's fine. Okay, boys, off you go to war. What was happening here? Why is Portugal under Spain's control? That's weird. What are we seeing here? The contract, sorry, the contact between the Diekirch Brigade and a couple of armored German units. Oh boy, are you in trouble? I don't think that's going to work very well for them at all. Oh dear. The war has begun between Bulgaria and the Ottoman Empire. Rule of acquisition. War is good for business. New diplomatic agreement. A new alliance has been signed. Belgium, Albania. Okay. I'm not sure about whether it's something I should be looking into regarding alliances. Is that a factor that's important for the player, or is it just general, shall I say, general storytelling? Like general information? I'm not sure. Okay, so we can throw more people onto the production lines now. I'm saying onto the production lines, we're not producing people, of course, we're not doing that. 35 days. Okay, we got one there, and yeah, maybe we can get it done. Just about. I also want to upgrade that ergonomics line yet again, because I really do like that. Upgrade. So we're going to be... Oh, we can't. It's tier 3 requirement. Unfortunate. Is that like era? Because we're doing tier 2 research right now. So I suspect that like tier 2 is the interbellum. Tier 3 era might be World War II. Tier 4 era might be Cold War. And tier 5 might be modern. So judging by that, I think there's going to be a lot of gameplay in this game. A lot of gameplay. Of course, it is in early access right now. So yeah, it's not going to be quite there. But we're getting there. This one is getting delivered in 3 days. I might have to turn off a couple of those pop-ups. Because I don't really care about diplomatic relations. I don't really care about world events. I don't strictly care about war news. Tank battle reports might be interesting, and rival tanks definitely. There. I don't want to get all those pop-ups. Alright. This is where I'm going to leave you guys. In the next episode, we're going to see whether or not I'm able to deliver that contract for the Germans. And since research is done, I might start building out a new tank. Because that's something, of course, that you can do. I just haven't shown you yet. So join me next time as we're going to be building out a new tank, designing something new, and potentially fulfilling a whole bunch more contracts and making more money. Because I started out with 3 million, and we're now looking at 4.51 million. So we're going in the right direction. Thank you for watching this one. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.